You know that feeling when you buy something on sale and you feel like you just won? Like you're not spending money, you're basically making money. You're basically a financial genius. You should probably write a book. Yeah, we need to talk about that feeling, because that rush, that little hit of victory is not your instinct protecting you. It's a $50 billion retail industry that has spent decades studying your brain, finding its blind spots, and building an exact system to exploit them. And the scary part? It works on everyone. Smart people, careful people, people who know better. Here's what's actually happening when you grab that deal and the one habit that makes the whole trick fall apart. Layer 1, the anchor. The first mechanism is called anchoring. Your brain cannot evaluate price in isolation. It has no internal calculator that knows what a pair of shoes should cost. So it does what it always does. When it lacks information, it grabs the nearest number and uses that as the standard. That crossed out $300 on the tag? That's the anchor. Everything gets judged against it. So when you see $149, your brain doesn't ask, do I want to spend $149? It concludes, I'm saving $151. The product didn't change. Your bank account didn't change. Only the anchor changed, and that was enough to flip your decision. Here's the darker part. Studies tracking major retail chains found that many items are on sale more than half the time. That original high price was never a real price. It was a prop designed specifically to make the discount feel like a victory. You weren't finding a deal. You were playing a game where the other side wrote the rules and didn't tell you. Layer 2, the fabricated emergency. Now the anchor gets you interested, but something else gets you to actually buy. You've seen it. Only 3 left at this price. Sale ends in 47 minutes. The little countdown clock ticking on your screen. Here's what's happening inside your brain in that moment. There's a threat detection circuit, what neuroscientists call an amygdala hijack. It evolved over millions of years to protect you from physical danger. When it fires, logical thinking goes offline. You stop analyzing. You react. Retailers know exactly how to trigger it. The fear of losing a deal is psychologically twice as painful as the pleasure of getting one. So that ticking timer isn't informing you, it's hijacking your nervous system. It's switching you from logical consideration mode into act before it's too late mode. And the worst part? The sale will be back next week. The 3 remaining refers to a stock allocation, not the whole inventory. The emergency was fabricated. The money you spent was real. Layer 3, the decoy. Let's say you saw through the timer. You stayed calm. You felt good about yourself. There's a third layer, and this one uses your own logic against you. It's called the decoy effect, and you've encountered it at every movie theater you've ever visited. Small popcorn, $3. Large, $7. You look at that and think $7 for corn is insane. Small it is. But the theater wants you to buy the large. So they add one option, a medium, at $6.50. Suddenly, the large is only 50 cents more than the medium. Your brain does the math and concludes, I'd be an idiot not to get the large. You walked in planning to spend $3. You walked out spending $7. And you felt smart about it. The medium was never meant to be purchased. It existed as a decoy placed there purely to make the most expensive option look reasonable. You see this in every subscription tier, every phone upgrade, every retail bundle. The rule: anytime you catch yourself saying, it's only a little more than the next option down, you're standing inside a decoy. Name it. The spell breaks immediately. Layer 4, the Diderot effect. Even if you resist all 3, here's the trap that turns one bargain into thousands of dollars of spending most people never see coming. It's called the Diderot effect. Denis Diderot was an 18th century French philosopher who lived his entire life in humble poverty until a friend gifted him a beautiful, expensive scarlet robe. He loved it. But when he put it on, he looked around his apartment and felt uneasy. His old rug looked suddenly shabby next to it. So he replaced the rug. Then the chair looked wrong next to the new rug. Then the desk. Then the curtains. Within months, he had replaced nearly everything he owned. And, for the first time in his life, he was in debt. One object created a new standard. Everything else had to rise to meet it. You buy a discounted couch because it's a steal. Now the throw pillows look wrong. The rug doesn't match. The lighting feels off. That one bargain quietly triggers a cascade worth thousands. The fake sale is almost always the scarlet robe. The fix, the personal value anchor. So how do you actually stop this? Not with willpower, not with a stricter budget, with one question that I want you to memorize right now. It's called the personal value anchor. The moment you see a sale, before the rush hits, before the timer gets to you, ask yourself this: would I pay full price for this tomorrow based on what it actually adds to my life? Not the store's price, not the crossed out number. Your price based on your real life and your real goals. If the answer is no, the discount is irrelevant. A reduction on something you don't need is still spending. Pair this with a 4-8-hour rule on any non-essential purchase over $50. Not because you can't afford it, but because the amygdala hijack fades in 48 hours. The urgency dissolves. The decoy loses its pull. What remains is just you, making a clear decision with your own logic instead of theirs. This isn't about never buying on sale. It's about choosing with your eyes open. The red tag will still show up. The timer will still tick. You'll probably still feel that rush. But now you know what's pulling the string. The anchor, the fabricated emergency, the decoy, the cascade. Once you see the system, you can't unsee it. And the moment you name what's happening, it loses its grip. One challenge before you go: catch yourself on just one fake sale this week. Not to be perfect, just to prove to yourself that you can. If this opened your eyes to something, the like button is the fastest way to tell me to keep making these. And if you want to go deeper, why we self-sabotage financially even when we know better, that video is right here. The system runs on autopilot. Now you don't have to.